I'm John Wilson. Welcome to Owned and Operated. Twice a week, we talk about home service businesses, and if you're a home service entrepreneur, then this is going to be the show for you. We talk about our own business in residential plumbing, HVAC, and electric, and we also talk about business models that we just find interesting. Let's get into it. Recently, we've been buying off supplyhouse.com. And we've been able to get plumbing, HVAC, and electrical stuff off there. And my biggest concern was timeliness. Like, hey, if I need this thing pretty quick, can I get it? And you for sure can. So that was awesome. So deliveries are fast. They ship coast to coast. And you can call them and you can get expert support with real people, which is awesome. So check out supplyhouse.com for buying the stuff you need.
Welcome back to Owned and Operated. What's going on, John?
Living it up. I'm overlooking a body of water, so I feel good.
Beautiful, beautiful. Living the dream. Sounds like that sounds like a great time.
Yeah,
dude, I never viewed Michigan as a great vacation spot until I met you. I need to get up there and take a look at it. I bet it's absolutely gorgeous around the Great Lakes.
Yeah, I mean, it is. Like, the air literally smells like pine. Yeah, I don't know. It's good. The only downside is the water's cold. So,
I'm in. I love a good cold plunge.
yeah.
What's the real estate
it's a solid. It depends. So we stayed at 3 different spots this summer, and I mean, it is beautiful. Like, it looks like it's a white sand beach in some of these places. It's like,
Ooh,
it's insane. It's just that,
that's
you
cool.
know, but yeah, the houses, I have no idea. Like, I really don't know. I haven't
Yeah,
even
no
been
worries.
looking.
Yeah, I was just curious. So, like, I mean, my wife grew up in Lake Tahoe. Same thing, like
Yeah.
gorgeous pines, lake.
Yeah.
But if you want to buy a house, you got to have, $6 million. So,
Yeah.
it's one of those things. So, I'm always looking, and I love Tennessee. Tennessee's a beautiful state. I'm not talking bad about Tennessee, but I'm not going to go swimming in any of the lakes around here. Just say they're a little bit mucky, a little bit dirty for my, I guess, spoiled Tahoe taste. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be down to fly out to Michigan. It's not far from us, so.
Yeah, I mean, even just up to Detroit. Like, so a month ago, we were in Michigan, and we were staying, I think it was like Port Salonac or something, and it was 30 minutes outside of Detroit, maybe an hour outside of Detroit, but it was phenomenal. Like, the house was 50 feet off this white sand beach. The beach was
Oof.
50 feet wide. Like, the kids just stayed on it all day. It was amazing.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, that was great.
So, what's going on in your world? I heard you have a new toy at work. That's very exciting. I'm a nerd, so this is right up my alley, and I love this. What'd you buy?
We bought a sewer lining machine. So sewer lining, if you don't know, like, there's a couple different ways to fix a sewer. You can excavate it, and you can dig it up, and you can replace the pipe. And the alternative, so you can do this lining, and the beauty of lining is, like, so excavating is always good, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, in HVAC, the top of the value ladder is replacing the equipment.
Yep.
So, you do a tune-up for $98, and you hope to get equipment replacements out of those tune-ups. It's how the business works. Makes sense. Drains is basically the same thing, where there's this funnel of, okay, you come in with a drain cleaning. Now, people do it in different ways. It can be, like, we don't do the $98 thing, but some people do. We're still, like, full premium on cleanings. So it just means we do less, right? But we just don't have capacity. But so you can do these drain cleanings, and then when you do them, you can basically upsell, same as, HVAC. So in HVAC, you come in, you do a tune-up, you try to upsell it into air quality, and maybe flip it to a comfort advisor. Drain cleaning is the same exact thing. You come in, you do a cleaning, you try to upsell it to a jet or a patch repair or like a whole house jet or something like that. And then you also try to flip it to a sewer salesperson. So
Perfect.
that's the model. It's
Yep.
HVAC both drains. So excavation is like sort of the big thing. So average ticket depends on where you are. You know, I was talking to someone in Texas the other day, and their average ticket is like $40,000,
Oh,
but it's because they have to tunnel under the house in order to replace the sewer, which I
uh,
had never heard of that. Apparently, that's just Texas.
is it because they're on slab or something like that? So
Yep,
the way that
yep,
their
they're on
slab and their
slabs.
their building is
Yeah,
done, they have to actually tunnel under and like
they
bore.
tunnel under the home. Yeah, it's insane. So,
And I
like,
think,
while I was on the phone with him last week, they sold an $80,000 replacement to
hmm,
bore under a home,
yeah, I
and I'm
like
just
that.
like,
That's cool,
that's insane.
right?
That's insane.
But very large
Um,
lift to actually sell that, right? Because your
yeah,
average person won't even, um, the average homeowner won't even qualify for $80,000 worth of
yeah,
funding to get there without doing like a full HELOC or refi on their home. So it's
yeah,
not easy to sell, I'm sure. So
yeah,
there's alternatives.
yeah. So anyway, so we've been excavating for probably 4 years, 5 years.
Hmm.
Drains has been like a slow burn for us, where we started really doing drains in earnest in like 2018, 2019. Just as we did more plumbing, we just got more drains with it.
Yeah, naturally.
And yeah, so more drain cleanings. We bought jetters in 2018, I think, and that was a really big investment. And just we've continued to do that over the years. We went from leasing the equipment for the excavation to buying it. It's really felt like a slow burn, and it's a good part of our business, but it's still only about 4 million. So as like a part of the whole, like yes, that's a lot of money, but as a part of the whole, it's still a small department for us. It's not like the big banana. So, but every now and then there's a step change, and this is sort of the new one. So the step change for us now is we're going to go from excavating most of our drains, all of our drains really, to we've now added this pipelining equipment. And what pipelining does is in certain scenarios you don't have to excavate. Now sometimes you do, uh, like if it's a break or if the pipe is collapsed or
Yeah.
there's different reasons that you would still have to excavate in some capacity. Um, but if it's roots, a root intrusion, or a few other scenarios, you can do something called lining. And the benefit to lining is that you don't have to excavate, which that sounds obvious, but like that's the benefit to literally everybody. That's the benefit to the customer, and that's the benefit to us. Like, so
Yes.
that is the benefit. So I don't have to tear up your garden or your hardscapes or your street or your sidewalk. I can just line the sewer.
Or multiple
And
people's, right? So sometimes
yeah,
it goes through multiple people's property and you have an easement and now you're digging
yeah,
on someone else's land and the liability.
yeah,
I mean, excavation's not a joke. It's a big undertaking for
yeah.
this stuff.
No, it's real. It's a pretty big deal. And excavation for us has been good and bad. Like tickets are really good, but we've struggled with profitability in it, and a lot of callbacks, just a variety of
Hmm.
issues in excavating. The more and more we do of it, which we do, millions of dollars a year of excavating. So
Service Scalers is running a promo right now where if you sign up for a year of service, you get a free website, which is awesome. We just did this in one of our businesses and it really helped a lot. It was a brand new look, plus we got great SEO with it and PPC to help. So make sure you check out servicescalers.com, promo code OWNED.
pipelining, it's exciting because you don't have to dig. So most of our issues sort of go away, and it's also a premium product because you don't have to dig.
Yeah.
So now, like, I could sell a sewer for $10,000, and I could sell a lining for $10,000. I would make far more on the lining, and the customer would be happier, much happier. Even if I charge like 6,000 for the sewer and 10,000 for the lining, the customer would still be happy because they didn't have to pay 5 or 6 grand in landscaping. Sort of that
R-
hidden cost at the end. or
Hmm.
the ugliness of their yard for a year while the dirt settles.
Exactly. Yeah. And can you talk a little bit about what the machine looks like? How much did it cost? What's the process on that?
Yeah. So we started small. There's two different ways to do it. You can do like a patch setup, or you can do what's called an inversion kit. We started with the patch setup, and our buy-in was 60 grand or so, which was
Ooh.
not a lot. We already had the trailer that it was going to go in. We already had the truck, so it was really just that $60,000
Hmm.
for equipment that we placed inside the trailer. The complicated part was hiring. Like, that is a very special expertise to run this
Yeah, I
equipment.
could
This is
imagine.
not. It's not like a normal. Hey, let's just get someone that knows how to excavate. This is like, no, who has done exactly this before, and how do we just hire them and get this to be successful? So that took a little bit of time, but so it was only 50, 60 grand. A full inversion kit could cost anywhere from 180,000 to 250.
Hmm.
But what we've been trying to do is we want to just step into it. So half of the stuff that we bought for our kit can be used for the inversion kit. And we just want to make sure that, one, we can sell it, we've got the right talent, we understand how it works before we drop $250,000.
Yeah, that makes sense. And so how long have you had it, and have you noticed a really what's the customer's reaction to offering both?
Yeah. Well, customers have been asking for it for years. It's
Oh,
just that we
really?
haven't. Yeah, we haven't made the investment. So people do know about it. They know that
Hmm.
it exists. Um, so it was actually kind of funny because we finally got the equipment and our team went through training last week, and we're doing our very first liner today.
Yeah, buddy.
And yeah, so we're excited. And so and the team that helped, like, that we bought the equipment from, like, we trained down there last week, and then they're on the job with us today helping us line. And I think they do one or two jobs with us. But so people have been asking about it. So selling it is really going to be very easy because
Hmm.
it's just like people already want it. Like, they don't want to dig. They just want this patch system. And there's already education out there in the market. So, people know that it exists. Like, let's maximize every day. And that helped a lot. And then we also added lining, which is now a second crew. So that way, we hope our lead time is under 2 or 3 days now to get a sewer in. Like, that's what we're aiming for. So, hey, we can line in the next day or two, or we can dig in 3 or 4. So it'll be a little bit more feature famine than it's been for us. I've never had to be concerned about the install schedule for excavation in 4 years because we've always been booked out a month to a month and a half, which I understand is a bad thing. Um, because we could pull up that revenue and do more and sell it for a higher price, but that's just been our reality.
I'm excited to get some updates as you start utilizing this more and see um, the outcome of your Slack channel as I mosey on by for that workshop, and all I hear is ding, and I hear your voice saying, "Oh, we sold another liner. Oop, we sold another liner. Oop, we sold another liner," and then just be completely
Hmm.
jealous of all of that. So that's awesome, man. I think that's a really cool
Yeah.
tool. It's one of those auxiliary tools to like a duct cleaning machine, or that tend to just add so much value to the
Yep.
business. They're just high upfront costs. So I'm on board. I'm going to stay on board because I mean 60K isn't unreachable. I mean, it sounds like a lot in the initials kind of
Yeah.
standpoint, but I mean that's 3 or 4 jobs realistically, maybe 5 jobs, and it's paid off.
Yeah. I mean, the first job was $16,000.
Hmm.
Um, so that's already making a pretty big dent in that. And then we think we'll sell more. And a lot of it, I think we're just going to send an email to our customers, making them aware of what's going on. Hey, we have this new thing. Here's what it looks like. Here's how the technology works. And we'll see if we get any leads. Um, Other than that, our pipeline for sewers has always been full. So being able to just turn around and say, hey, I know you didn't want to mess up your yard, or hey, now we have these two options. So we've started presenting them in tandem, and it's been going pretty well. Like we're pumped. So big investment, but we're really excited about what that looks like for drifts.
Very cool. Well, if you like what you heard today and you want to follow up and see if John's new machine actually makes him some money, follow along on our podcast. Give us 5 stars wherever you listen. And go ahead and over to the webpage and check out ownedandoperated.com. Sign up for the workshop we're doing in September, where we are really excited, really excited to meet some of y'all, really excited to get that camaraderie and to share some of the silver bullets and that juice. So hope to see y'all there, and until next time.
Thanks for tuning in to Owned and Operated, the podcast for home service entrepreneurs. If you enjoyed today's episode, please hit the like button and subscribe to the podcast. If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, feel free to reach out. You can find me on Twitter at @WilsonCompanies. I'll see you next time.